Indian football has been dealt another major blow. One of the Indian Super League's most respected clubs, a team built on stability, on grassroots development and corporate backing, has now decided to walk away at the end of the season. Jamshedpur FC is going to be out of the ISL. Let that sink in. A club backed by the Tata Group, a former ISL Shield winner, a club that gave opportunities to dozens of young Indian footballers, is shutting its top flight chapter. And well, the reason, the owners say the current football ecosystem has become financially unsustainable. According to the club, revenues remain uncertain, commercial returns have failed to keep pace with rising costs, and continuing in the league is no longer economically viable for them. But behind that official statement lies a much bigger human story, because for the players, the coaches, the support staff, the academy youngsters and thousands of loyal fans, this isn't just a business decision. It's careers that are suddenly now going to be thrown into uncertainty. It's contracts that are going to be in limbo. It's dreams that are now interrupted. And the announcement has also triggered a larger debate. Can Indian football continue to survive if even one of the country's biggest industrial houses decides that, hey, look, the model simply doesn't make financial sense anymore? Was this an unavoidable business decision, or does it expose deeper structural problems within Indian football? And why should one club, Jamshedpur FC, pay the price for it? Former India captain Sunil Chhetri, he's also come out and appealed to the Tata Group to reconsider their decision. India goalkeeper Gurpreet Singh Sandhu has called it a massive setback for Indian football. But can emotions now change these economics? Or does India football now needs to go through the drawing board again for a complete rethink of it all? Tonight, we'll hear directly from some of those players who are wearing the Jamshedpur FC jersey. We'll understand what this means for Indian football and ask the difficult questions. If clubs with such strong backings, I mean, this is the Tata Group that we're talking about, are struggling, what does the future of Indian football really look like over here? Playmaker India, Musawwir Sheikh, football content creator, with us on the broadcast. I mean, if there's somebody who understands the Durand Cup and Indian football, nobody like Musawwir Sheikh here. And Mr. Mahavir Rawat, sports journalist. Many thanks, Mr. Rawat, for again taking the time and speaking to us here. I'll get the snowball rolling here, because I spoke to two of those players in Jamshedpur FC, exclusive conversation, and very brave of them to come out and speak about this as well. But, you know, Musawwir, from a player's perspective, from a team's perspective, when you first heard about the Jamshedpur FC pulling out of the ISL, what was your immediate reaction, even as they lost to SC Delhi today by 2-1, a great comeback by SC Delhi? But nonetheless, you can understand morale in the dressing room must be absolutely zero.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me here. And like I always say, when you play a football match, your morale needs to be high if you want to perform well on the pitch. It's simple as that. And when your club is shutting down, it's folding down, it's difficult to perform on the pitch. It's simple as that, right? So when the news came out that JFC is folding, that really hurt me, because when we saw JFC doing great work on a tight budget, bring in the right kind of Indian players and bring in the right kind of foreigners, the way they were playing under Khalid Jamil, we saw back-to-back good top 6 finishes from JFC when no one was expecting that. Because whenever we make a preview or a preview video, we used to talk about JFC that they are not going to finish in the top 6, but they always did well on the pitch. They always gave their 100%. The Indian roster and the international roster did well. But suddenly when the news came out that JFC is folding, it kind of hurt me, of course, because I thought the fans deserved more, the players deserved more, because you could clearly see the Fernandes was feeling like a Fernandes when JFC played there, and the fans were always in numbers. So I feel very bad for the fans along with the players, because it's going to be very difficult to find the right club for the players to get the momentum going right now. And being Tata still the parent company of it's kind of really difficult. I'm not able to understand, but again, you can also understand a point of view of Tata, that no one wants to invest in a loss-making business, because Indian football currently where we sit that is a loss-making business. As simple as that.
No, I think you've placed a very pertinent point on the table, Mr. Rawat. Is the AIFF doing enough to protect these clubs that invest in young academies in Indian football? I mean, first and foremost, from your assessment, is this a Jamshedpur FC problem, or is this an ISL problem? What problem is this?
Look, before I enter the conversation, I would like to make it clear that I have some vested interest in SC Delhi because my very, very good friend is the CEO and a part owner of SC Delhi. So when your team approached me to be a guest on your show today, so I told them, why don't you get in the CEO of SC Delhi Dhruv, because he's a very good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And I called him and he said, यार अभी तो मेरी टीम ने उनको हराया है और अभी मैं यहाँ बैठ के जमशेदपुर की बुराई करूंगा तो वो अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. So he just backed out because I do a lot of I drill a lot of ideas in him that how he should manage Delhi, how he should make the league more
Yep.
popular in
Yep.
Delhi. And the first thing that I heard FC Delhi, Jamshedpur going down, and I messaged him and he was shocked and we both were shocked. What is because there were some clubs who are supposed to be the core clubs.
Yeah.
Jamshedpur was one of them. And I for the last 6 months, whatever is happening in ISL, right from the broadcasters talking to each other, the kind of negotiations that are going into the ISL, the kind of sports ministry taking a lot of interest in them. I for a know for sure that in Delhi when SC Delhi was searching for a ground, Mansukh Mandavia said the sports minister said after that dreadful Mohan Bagan episode happened, and then someone told him that this is not to be done, and then he really made effort to learn the football, and then he said don't worry about the grounds, the government is there to help you. So what I feel is that it's a big morale, not only Jamshedpur, everyone, because this was the time they were trying to negotiate with the
Yep.
sponsors. Every club was trying to negotiate with the sponsors. I know because I am in talks with many of the sponsors, and now all the talks have fallen. They are in negotiation with the broadcasters. There are some broadcasters who broadcasted the uh, FIFA World Cup, and they said that we are going to be the home of football, and we told them that why don't you take the ISL because it's the biggest commodity after IPL, and they said look ISL may there are numbers but there are no sponsors. So I know whatever the the negotiation that are happening, but this, and we are so happy that Messi is coming to India. We are very happy that we are going to play a friendly with Brazil. So I told them, how does that impact? They said that he's just as good as any superstar coming to India for any rock concert or anything. So it has nothing to do with
It's a cash
football.
cow situation. We don't want it to grow. We just want to make money. That's the entire thing over here. And there have been
Very
some
very bad.
emotional,
It's a very bad
yeah,
situation right now
there have
for the
been some
ISL
emotional
club.
pleas over here. Albino Gomez, Indian team player, JFC's first goalkeeper for the past 3 years. I asked him, what did he make of this when he first heard that Jamshedpur FC was pulling out of the ISL? What was his immediate reaction? Did the players have any warning that this decision was coming, or did it come as a complete shock? And inside dressing room, what has the mood been like? Let's hear it from the player himself.
We were completely numb and we were in big shock because club like Jamshedpur FC is pulling out from the ISL. Nobody thought of that, and we were completely shocked to hear that news, and we were not aware of this news will come out because we didn't know any news about it, like the club will shut down and they will not operate from this season as well. Outside the pitch, we are thinking of it, but inside the pitch, when we get on the pitch, we are giving 100% to the club, and we are preparing well for the match. And all the boys are, very focused, and they are giving their everything for the club. And let's see what comes in few days, and hopefully we get some good news.
यंग फुटबॉलर जो अभी जो मेरे साथ अभी आए हैं दुरन कप के लिए, अभी जो हैं उन लोग के भी थोड़ा मन में भी ये चल रहा है कि लाइक उन्होंने बात किया, हम लोग से बात चल रहा है कि ये मतलब कि भैया ये सिचुएशन ऐसा मतलब काफ़ी हम लोग को भी प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है। लाइक हम लोग का भी एम था कि लाइक मेन टीम के लिए खेले, और अभी वो क्लब ही नहीं है, तो ये हम लोग के भी लिए थोड़ा मोटिवेशन और जो होता है कि जिस एकेडमी से आप खेल रहे हो और उसी क्लब के लिए नहीं खेलोगे तो इस वेरी एज अ प्लेयर थोड़ा बुरा लगता है। जैसे आप लोग को पता है कि टाटा स्टील काफ़ी स्पोर्ट्स में काफ़ी अच्छा है। लाइक TFA, मैं भी TFA में रहा हूँ, अराउंड 4 साल। तो वहाँ का मेन मोटिवेशन सबका एज अ प्लेयर, मैं भी वहाँ था तो सबका मोटिवेशन था लाइक जमशेदपुर एफसी तब हमारे ग्राउंड पे भी आते थे प्रैक्टिस करने, तो सारे प्लेयर का वही मोटिवेशन था कि सबको वहाँ पे जाना है। मेन मोटिवेशन एज अ प्लेयर सबको अपना सीनियर टीम पे खेलना है। लाइक आप सभी को पता है कि हम लोग सील जीते जमशेदपुर एफसी एक बार, तो उस टाइम मैं टीएफए में था, तो वो काफ़ी सही मोमेंट था सबके लिए एज अ प्लेयर। एज अ एकेडमी सबको हम लोग भी इंजॉय किए थे, वो मोमेंट को हम लोग भी सेलिब्रेट किए थे। तो उस चीज़ पे मतलब एज अ प्लेयर मैं भी एक जमशेदपुर एफसी के लिए जीतना चाहता हूँ। इफ़ मेरे को अभी और मेरा स्टिल 2 ईयर का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था, तो ये चीज़ कभी अभी मेरे को काफ़ी इमोशनली काफ़ी ख़राब लगता है।
Let's see what comes in the coming days, and you got to give it to these players. Even in this setup, Musawwir, they're trying to give it their all. They're trying to give it their best. Sunil Chhetri's emotional plea, do you think that's going to make any impact at all? Gurpreet Singh Sandhu's plea, or this is not about emotions, this is about economics, and maybe Sunil Chhetri is bit on more than he can chew?
To be honest, it's a board decision, and when the board decision comes, it's very difficult to revise it or take back the decision they have already given. It's a verdict. Okay? So you can't fight back. It's simple as that. Now, like they said, that it's not financially viable option for us to keep on running the main club. We are okay with running the Tata Football Academy, which we have been doing for years right now, and we will love to have the youth development, the grassroots development. But talking about the main team, we are going to fold. It's simple as that. Then the board decision, I don't think so. They will, think about this, because there are tweets going on in the market right now. There are talks going on that they might think about it. There was a protest also. Many Jamshedpur FC fans were on the street. Good to see that the people, the fans care about football in India. That's a huge news. But again, I don't think so, because the higher ups think that this is not not the asset they want right now for their company. It's simple as that. Yeah.
Really sad for all the fans out there as well. Before I wrap up this segment, Mr. Rawat, do you think that the league needs a complete financial reset before more clubs walk away here? Final 30, 40 seconds here.
Look, I don't think it's a financial thing for Tata, because come on, yeah, if you think if Tata has a
if anybody
problem
has
with-
money, it's Tata. I agree.
So I think there is some ego clash going on between the boards of them, and it has come down to this. So I feel it. I feel very bad. The league really, I last whole league I was there. When it was broadcasted, and when everything was happening, we are still in the view of getting the Ambedkar Stadium for SC Delhi. But I feel that this has just given a lot of negative news to already the league, which was struggling last year. We knew that the sports ministry had to come forward and ensure that please take losses, and at least because not having a league was going down with the football with the country, when players like Chhetri saying that we can't play. So all and all, it was mess. It is getting messier, and I feel so bad for people, for athletes, and football. Look at the numbers for the FIFA World Cup that we have got. In the night, people are watching. They want India to do well, but this is not the way how we are going to do well. And I think AIFF has to take a blame for this, but not for this Jamshedpur fiasco. I think this is their internal problem. But the
So
larger
this is an
picture
internal
still
problem,
remains,
but more importantly, I think there's more that everybody has to do. Us as fans, us as consumers, us as the AIFF out there as well. We all need to really come together and save football, because if one of the biggest clubs is walking away, who's going to stop the other ones? And this is backed by Tata. If something backed by Tata is not making financial sense, well then I think it's
let's
doom
make
being
Tata to
spelled
the
for
league
others.
also.
Yeah.
Let's do a
All right,
Tata to
we're
the
going to
league.
leave it at that particular point. Many thanks, Musawwir, for again taking on the time. I think you are an expert when it comes to domestic Indian football. Many thanks for taking on the time here. Mr. Rawat, always a pleasure to have you with us here. The bigger question is, what are you going to say to the fans out there? And everybody was doing their bit on Jamshedpur FC. I thought, it's incumbent in your interest as well that we throw some light on that. With that, it's a wrap on this edition. We'll again see you tomorrow. Many thanks for watching.